That's the energy that I feel when I am going about my daily life. It's very chaotic. It's very intense. Actually, it's not that chaotic. It's actually more intense and more focused. And I've realized that as an INFJ, I found that the more intense I am, the more less aware I am of my physical well-being. I have many periods of my life where I just went super hard into things, and this shirt can kind of represent. This is a WrestleMania shirt. Really wish there were some Asian wrestlers, but that was a different time, I guess. Yeah, not blaming anyone. This is not, a commentary on race or racial issues in the United States or anything like that. I'm just having a passing thought. Anyway, when I had periods of my life where I was super intense into like my work and the grind and going through life and trying to get to a place or trying to get a certain thing or trying to hone in into my career, all these things. I have this habit of going really, really intense into something because I carry a tremendous amount of guilt over my career choice and my pursuits in life, because I feel like I don't deserve it. I feel like sometimes I don't deserve even the opportunity to pursue my true calling in life and my true purpose. And I don't know why. I guess it's because I feel like there are people out there that don't necessarily have the opportunity, or they don't necessarily have I guess they don't have the opportunity. And also at the same time, I feel this guilt over feeling like I'm wasting time and money doing this. But no matter how much I'm confident in myself in my pursuit, I feel like in the meantime, in the short term, because my dreams are not necessarily something that will manifest in the short term, but is kind of a long-term dream. In the meantime, it makes me tremendously guilty, and I really feel like I need to torture myself in order to justify where I'm going in life. And it's almost counterproductive, I think. And I think this is something that maybe other INFJs are dealing with too. I know that I'm dealing with it in the sense that I feel like I just need to torture myself in order to feel like I am actually not wasting time and money. And which is, like I said, it's counterproductive. It's ironic that I'm doing that, because in the long run, I'm not doing myself or anybody any good. And so really, I think the solution is to really just face oneself and to be like, hey, you might feel this guilt. You might feel like people are judging you. You might feel like people don't understand what you're doing. And that's the torture, right? You don't need to torture yourself more by working yourself to death or working yourself into just a powder or whatever. I don't know why I said powder. I guess I'm thinking of when something's ground so much that it becomes a powder. I guess work can kind of be like that. Can kind of make a person, I don't know, maybe their brain or their body into powder. If there's so much grinding going on, and keep your mind out of the gutter. I'm not talking about grinding as in the way people used to in the early 2000s get to know each other on the dance floor. I'm talking about actually working towards something. So I guess my whole point right now is that we got to stop feeling like we gotta hurt ourselves. It's kind of in a way kind of like slow grade, kind of like self-harm, I guess. I know some people that cut themselves because, I don't know, maybe that's an addiction. I don't know too much about that, so I'm not going to talk about it. But I know that some people might harm themselves because they feel like, that's the only way they feel like what they're doing in life is justified, or it gives them a purpose, or gives them a sense of like, of justification. I don't know. But as an INFJ, I really want to say like, yeah, like, we're super intense, and we're super intense about things we're doing in life. But I really want to I want to just advise that, I think, to myself and others, because a lot of times when I give advice to other people, it's really me giving advice to myself and hoping that it's going to help other people in the same time. And also I get to build a YouTube channel, which is fun too. And I get to help more people eventually. And also at the same time do something creative, and it's enjoyable for me, and it's enjoyable for others, hopefully, fingers crossed. So yeah, like when I call my solution for this issue where, INFJs get really super intense about what they're doing, I call it having a soft focus, and having I call this soft focus. And what I mean by soft focus is we should be focused on our pursuits in life. A lot of times I hear people say like, don't be so hard on yourself, don't like be so so focused or obsessed about something. And I disagree. I think we should be obsessed. I think we should have focus. I think we should really be intense about what we want to pursue in life. But to have a different kind of mindset as to what that means, I think the mindset that us as INFJ should have is that knowing that focus is always there. Like no matter what I'm doing, that focus is always there in my head. Whether I'm going to the grocery store, whether I'm just, washing my hand, like minuscule things. There's always a focus, like, what am I working towards? Every little thing that I do is because of that purpose. And once you have that purpose and that focus in your life, all the little things mean so much more. And all the things that feel like it's just like meaningless, like, chores, it all becomes meaningful. It all becomes like something that matters a lot. Every small thing, because every small thing that you do, every small step is moving towards your dreams, your goals, your pursuits. Everything and anything becomes a step towards what you want and in life, and it makes everything so much more meaningful, and it makes things that would normally annoy us become very, very meaningful, like practical things, like changing your car tire, or like all the things that we felt like were just a burden or obstacles, they become so much more meaningful, if that makes sense. I think eventually I'll be able to explain this further, but this is the way I can kind of verbalize it now. It was an epiphany that I had lately, and I just wanted to communicate that. So have a soft focus. Don't always be so intense about everything. Like if I'm washing my hands, I'm not gonna scrub the shit out of it with bleach, like it's and dish soap or something like that. Like, and I'm serious, like I would do that. I would use dish soap to wash my hands because I'm like, okay, I gotta do this, but I'm gonna do it intensely because I'm an intense person. I'll use the harshest soap to wash my hands. It's ridiculous. But like I honestly, like I wasn't even thinking at the time. It's just, I think the intensity kind of just became a habit, and I had to do everything intense, right? Like my workouts are super intense. Like I'll work myself until like my muscles are shaking, and it doesn't even make sense. Like I'm overworking myself because like everything I had to do was intense. But really what I had to do was like at the gym, like I'm working out, I'm there, I showed up already. Like it doesn't have to be working myself to death. Like I'm literally at the gym, and I'm routinely going to the gym. if I can routinely do that and have a good workout rather than a workout that just, you know, beats me up completely, that's not a good workout anymore. I'm not even achieving the thing that I want to achieve, which is become healthy and fit and things like that. So the intensity doesn't matter. The real intensity that matters is having that soft focus, which is continually coming routinely every day, doing the thing that you want to do to achieve what you want. And my back is like freaking, because I'm bending over. But yeah, like routinely doing the things that you want to move towards your goals. And it doesn't always have to be intense. The intensity comes from being consistent and persistent day in and day out, or having that schedule week by week, month by month, until it accumulates over time. So like maybe you want to play the piano or something and you play once a week or 4 hours a week or something like that, or like every day to 20 minutes a day, whatever that is, you schedule it in and you have a schedule and kind of like goals in mind, which is something I'm working on too, which gives you that soft focus, and your intensity of wanting something can be spread over time. And don't worry about the results. Like, don't worry about like getting it now. The short-term mindset usually is not the best mindset in my experience. The best really is the long-term, thinking like, okay, what do I really want on the grand scheme of things? And the more that I figured that out, the more I understood that I will have to go through the discomfort, but the discomfort doesn't have to be self-imposed. Like, I don't have to force myself to be uncomfortable necessarily. I just have to understand what I can control and what I can't control, and to get the maximum results with the least effort. Because otherwise I'd end up having the least results with the maximum effort, which the metaphor of like going to the gym and like beating oneself up in the gym to get fit or to get muscular, and you end up like destroying your muscles because you're overworking yourself. It doesn't make sense. Rather, I should be like, okay, I'm gonna go to the gym every other day or 2 or 3 times a week, and not kill myself in the gym, but just do a good workout, a decent workout where I feel I get a little bit of a sweat going, my muscles are swollen a bit, I feel a little bit tired or more tired, but not necessarily beat myself up, right? Maybe once in a while that's, you just feel like, okay, I just kind of want to do that. But to do that every time is counterproductive. It doesn't make sense. And you're doing more harm than good. And I'm doing more harm than good. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Having a soft focus as an INFJ, or any person who's watching this, who just so happens to be watching this, is important. And we can release our intensity that way, spread out over a longer period of time, rather than, the short term, right now, right here, right now. There is a time and place for that, but to have it all the time is destructive. And take it from me, I've seen my health deteriorate because of times where I would just go way too intense on something and it wasn't even necessary. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next video. We got some new things coming up, but I won't talk about that now. I'll just, it will be revealed as it reveals itself. All right, thank you so much for watching. All right, catch you in the next video.